And this is Hong Kong Vinexpo Asia Pacific 2010. And right next to me is Andrea, the world best sommelier. And we're happy that we get a chance to talk to Andrea today. How are you, Andrea?
I'm very good, thank you.
Right. Andrea is the world best sommelier, and of course, our question will only focus on sommelier. And we probably want to know how Andrea become the world best sommelier. Yeah, Andrea, can you tell us a bit, how do you become the world best sommelier?
Why, by a slump, actually. I was working as a chef for many years. I started my background in the kitchen. I was working with food, then I became more and more interested in wine. I started to taste all the wines I could. I started to read all the books I could. I took my sommelier education. Then I started to work as a sommelier. Then I got more and more obsessed, so I started to try the competition. And in the end, it kind of turned out that, yeah.
It sounds very easy, kind of a turnout. I don't think it's that easy. Maybe give us a little tips of how hard, how critical is some of the competition that you have actually overcome. And I heard actually there's one legend people talking about when you're on the spirit. You leave the first cask and you put down and you name the spirit right away.
Yeah, of course it takes, many, many hours of reading theoretically. It takes a lot of, tasting. And for instance, for the spirits, for me, I was always amused by it. And I think that's actually easier than wine, because the day you recognize it, it's always a consistent style. And then, of course, what's really important, I always had a good team around me with people. My friends were always there for me, and they coached me, and they tortured me, and they supported me.
Okay. So that means if you really want to come into the competition, at the best you should get a team of friends, a group of friends that will taste the wine together and learn it together, right? And I understand recently you came to Asia a lot, and you probably have seen quite a lot of sommelier in Asia. So how do you rate the sommelier in Asia? Are they knowledgeable? Are they quality in service? And yeah, please tell us a bit about what you see.
I think they're very knowledgeable. I think they work on a high quality level. What I think is important is actually, I think the clients should have a bit more respect for the profession, because I still think the sommelier in Asia is not as widely recognized as it is in Europe, for instance.
Yes.
Maybe here it's more important with a wine journalist or other things, but I really think that the clients should be considered more. And I think the people I meet, they're really, really knowledgeable. I mean, yesterday I had a wonderful tasting at the Sheraton with Mr. Alan Choi, who gave us a great tasting. So they're marvelous people, but of course, still the level can always improve. You always need to, maybe widen your eyes a little bit from the wines from all the parts of the world, and to get a bit more into detail and finding your own style and personality, and
Oh, okay. Right. So what you really said is sommelier need to be knowledgeable themselves first, and their experience. And when they deal with customer, probably customer will slowly give them more respect, and eventually they'll recognize in the market. And of course, when consumer know better than you, well, they probably may not give you that due respect, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I really think that's something you should work on, because in the end, it doesn't matter how much you know, you need to be able to convey that knowledge with a dash of enthusiasm to the customer. So it's in the end, it's all about communication. Maybe you have 15 seconds to tell them the inner soul of a wine and the region it comes from. So it's very much about the communication. So I always think that communication skills, language skills, and psychology in dealing with people is something really, really important. We should actually put more emphasis to. So as much as learning how to decant, how to taste, we should also learn to be actors.
Actors, I like that. I remember when I was in Singapore organizing the second Asia Sommelier Forum, and I put the three terms in there. The first is knowledge, second is professional, how you handle customer, and the last is celebrity. Do you agree that, in chef they have celebrity chef? Is there is popular term for sommelier that they have a celebrity sommelier?
I hope I'm one, and I hope I can do the best to spread the knowledge, to spread the word about what is a sommelier doing, and to show people that this is a work. Of course, we do spend so many hours on the floor salary is not excellent, so we need to get something in return for it, and when we can get these opportunities, we should really take care of them, and we should support the coming generation of sommeliers.
I think Andre's been very, very, very honest and sharing his opinion. I believe it is true that he is actually probably the first. All right, there's sommelier celebrity in the market, and we hope that he can come back for more. And finally, I want Andre to give us a couple of tips to the local sommelier here. How could they actually move forward to become maybe one of the world's best sommelier in future?
Well, I think stay open-minded, stay awake all night and read, taste as much as possible, seize all the opportunities you get to travel, and work not only on the technical stuff, but also what I said, work very much on that actual communication, those communication skills, and that to be, as a complete person, then I think you have the future is really there for you.
Very good. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you so much. And this is Andrea, the world best sommelier, and in Hong Kong Vinexpo Asia Pacific 2010. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you.